bloody hell. Hello. Where'd you come from? You alright? Bloody... It's meant to be freezing. I don't know what temperature it is, but it's a bit nippy out there. Just go around and have a look, make sure I've got brake lights and things, because this car's due for an MOT soon, so I'd better check to make sure everything's working. I think one of the ball joints is knocking a little bit, but we'll be alright. Some of you have noticed, you've put in the comments, where did you get your Tiguan, your VW Tiguan and all that, you know, and I've had it for months now, you know what I mean? I've had it for a long time, good few months, and I've partially filmed a video of it. I've filmed a bit of it, talking about it, driving it, looking around it and stuff, but I wanted to get some drone shots, you know, and I just haven't had the time to go out in daylight, you know what I mean, and do any of that. So that I want that to be a good video. A lot of the stuff I put out is just stuff, you know, I just film random crap, but I want that to be a good sort of, like, you know, video, and I thought, I'm not going to rush that. So it's been on hold, you know. We've had that since the beginning, well, quite early on in the summer of this year, that Tiguan. Some of you may know, you know, sold the Mark 1 Focus RS, I sold that. I sold my Renault Traffic, the van, which I used for work, hence why I'm driving this little Kia for work now, because I don't have a van. And I sold my Land Rover Discovery to be able to buy a decent sort of newish car. And to tell you what, the funny story, actually, I'll tell you a funny story. I was going to save it, actually. Well, I've already, yeah, I was going to save it for that video of the Tiguan, but I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler as such. It's a funny story. We hadn't been married long, me and the wife. Actually, yeah, we'd only just 2012 actually. Or was it? No, it's been 2013. We hadn't been married very long, and we had 2 nieces at the time, I believe, and you know, it was just us two, just me and her, and we decided we wanted to get a bit of a bigger car, you know, because the one that we had a Mark IV Golf. It was a black one. If I can find a picture of it, I'll stick it up in this video. Mark IV Golf, black one it was. Started off life as a GTI with a 1.8 petrol engine. It's the anniversary edition, so it had leather seats, the funny alloy wheels, a nice car. But then it ended up having a 1.9 diesel PD engine put in it. Bigger turbo, remapped to 240 horsepower, and it was a fucking brilliant car. Went like fuck. And it was just really nice, leather seats, everything, heated seats. It's a Mark IV Golf, man. It was really nice. VW are the tits. I like them a lot. But you know, it was a car, you know, a medium-sized car, but it was a car nevertheless. You could fit 5 people in it, you know. And we decided we want something a bit bigger, probably 7 seats, so that we could take. We wanted to start a family, so we wanted our own kid for a start as well. We wanted to be we enjoyed taking our nieces out to the zoo and all that kind of stuff, and we was like, well, we want more seats, we can fit them all in, and we get our own kid, we fit that in and all, and we can take people out and go places, zoos and whatever. Just a family car. And I said, what do I, she said, I don't know, a car's a car, I don't care, a car is a car, get in it, you go somewhere, you get out, I don't care what it looks like, she's going, I don't care what engine it's got, it means nothing to me. So I'm like, fucking brilliant, you know, and I got rain of this, you know, I thought, right, great. So what I'd done, I had a look around, I thought, well, I really like Land Rover Discoveries. At the time I had a Discovery 1, the 300 TDI, some of you may remember it briefly in the channel, very early on. Silver one, jacked up on big mud wheels and suspension and diff guards, a lot. I just had the piston rings done on it, and that was a fucking brilliant little, brilliant Discovery. I loved it. The only reason I had to sell that was because the clutch exploded and put a hole in the engine block, and I was like, oh mate. Anyway, I thought, I love Discoveries. If I get a 7-seater one, I could get a TD5 Discovery 2. Love the TD5 engine, sounds nuts. So I had a look around, found one local, went and looked at it, and ended up buying it. And I thought, well, she's gonna love this. She is gonna love this. She's gonna I'm gonna come home. So I went out, told her. I can't remember what she was doing, but she didn't want to come because she was like, "Oh, car's a car. I don't want to go." So she didn't want to come and have a look at it because she just didn't. Anyway, so I didn't intend on buying it there and then, but I ended up selling my car while I was out, the Golf while I was out. I sold it, and then went to the bloody car dealer where this one was, this Land Rover was, and bought it. All in the same time I was out. Yeah, literally, I come home and I said, "Come look what I got," and she weren't happy. She weren't happy at all. She was like, "It's horrible. It's horrible." And she went off and cried. She ran down the road. I was like, fuck, what have I done? So I had to go and chase her. Anyway, she come round in the end, but she's never liked that Discovery. Never liked it. I thought I was doing fucking good. I really did. I thought, brilliant. She don't care what car we got. I don't want a stupid people carrier. You know them horrible people carriers you get? Like you get the Vauxhall ones, I can't remember what they're called, and the other one, Toyota one. It's a people carrier, and it's like a long, like a bus. It's like a bloody minibus, long thing. With loads of seats. Fuck all that. I thought I'll have a nice Discovery. I've got 7 seats that pop up in the 2 seats, sorry, that pop up in the back, so you end up with 7 seats. I can tow things with it. I just like, and plus I like it. And she don't care anyway. So but she's like, it looks horrible. It's ugly, square. It's ugly, and grey and horrible colour. I was like, oh fuck, oh man, fucked up here, and I was really gutted. It really got to me. I was like, but you didn't want to go. You didn't want to come and have a look at it. And she was like, yeah, but you didn't have to buy it. I was like, oh fuck. Anyway, she come round. Everything was all right. We had that car. We had that Discovery. Well, until 2020. So, was that 8 years? I think we had that 8 years. That Discovery. Yeah, around 8 years maybe. 7, 8 years. Only just recently sold it. Don't forget, this year, 2020. Yeah, don't know what month I sold it, in the middle of summer sometime, you don't know, because the last video I did on it. And so when we decided now that we wanted to sort of upgrade a little bit, and instead of having a Focus sitting on the driveway, which was an investment, instead of having that sitting there, which I didn't drive because it was an investment, I'm trying to get it up to scratch so that I could sell it on later on in like 10 years time from now and cash in on it, you know what I mean? So that was, instead of having that sitting there, instead of having a van for work and her car, which she drove about, which was this Kia, and a Discovery as a family car, instead of having all them, we would just sell 3 of them and then buy ourselves a family car, a bit newer, shouldn't have to keep fanning around with it, shouldn't break down or nothing with any luck, touch wood. A decent one. We haven't got 7 seats this time, obviously, as you know, because it's a Tiguan. You don't get 7 seats in a Tiguan. The camera's going a bit hazy there. It's a bit shit, this camera sometimes. I think it's getting a bit dodgy. And I'll just have this little one for work, this little Kia, which I'll drive for work. And we'll have a nice family car, which we won't put any miles on it anyway, because we don't go anywhere, especially in this lockdown. Yeah, so that was the plan. And I tell you what, that Tiguan is actually the nuts. I really like it. There's a new one now, actually, a 2021 model, and I look at the reviews on it actually on YouTube, and I've been looking at it. It's fucking, you know, they made it look even better. Pardon me, they made it even better. But the one we got, you know, it's 4 years old. I was fucking proper nice, proper happy with it. Really good. I'm not a car channel or nothing like that, or a car person. So I clean this lens off. Hold on a minute. I don't really know what the crack is with that. I've cleaned the lens off with a bloody cloth and a bit of cleaner, but it's a bit shit. Anyway, so yeah, man, it's really nice. And like I say, I'm not a car channel or a car person, but I wanted to do like an actual video looking at that car, and because some of you may be looking at buying a Tiguan, and sometimes I look at these car reviews and I'm like, all you've done is you've managed to borrow a new car from a dealer, drive it around, put a camera there and just talk a load of crap. Oh, it drives nicely. Yes, it does. Whereas I want to know different things. I want to know, you know, how far do the seats move? I want to know stuff about the engine. What type of engine is it? 4-cylinder, big are the pistons. I want to know how big's the turbo, what kind of boost does it run? I want to know all this kind of stuff. And the thing is, when people buy, they don't care about that, so the review channels don't go on that. They don't sell all that information. And if you ask them a question, they say, I don't know. I mean, I even asked a dealer, actually, to say, when we bought that Tiguan, I said, we was talking about the engine. I said, so what kind of boost does it run? Boost? I said, what kind of boost? You know, what kind of pressure from the turbo? I don't know. Oh. Alright. So what's the engine? I said 2 litre. Oh, good. 2 litre diesel, yeah? 4-cylinder? I think so, yeah. You think so? Well, how many fucking cylinders has it got? 4. It was 4 cylinders. You know what I mean? So, I wanted to do a video where I tell you all that information. So that's what I'm going to do. It's just going to take a lot of time because I don't have the time to go out and do it properly. I've got to go out in the fucking daylight. When do I go out in the daylight? Never. Fucking hell. Never mind. Right, I'll catch you tomorrow or something, you lot. The camera's running out of battery and for some reason it's gone all fucking hazy. Like, there's nothing on the lens, but it's all hazy. I think it's inside the camera, like the fog or it's inside the lens, not on the outside. I can't clean it, so I'll probably add it. Probably have to buy a new camera. This camera, bloody hell. Is it a bit better? I don't know. Oh, I hope it's alright, because it's the only camera I've got and it fucking cost me a fortune. I bought it in 2015, this camera, but it's a Sony one. It's got gimbal in it and all sorts. It's a nice camera, really nice camera. I really fucking like it, but I hope it ain't I wanted to use it for many years to come, yeah. I mean, I don't just use it for YouTube, I use it for family videos and stuff as well. Like, if we go to the zoo, I'm like walking around going, anyway, and that's enough of that. See you later, you lot, all the best. Well, yeah, see you tomorrow, whatever. One of the things I do as well is that not a lot of people seem to understand my logic in it, and to me it works well. Very seldom do I buy something that I don't think I'm going to be able to sell on and either break even or make money on. So, well, we don't have a lot of money, and in the sense of cash in the bank or under the mattress, as it may be. Well, we don't have a lot of stuff anyway, but I like to buy possessions because my view is, although I like money and I like money in the bank, don't get me wrong, I'd rather use it and have some fun with it. So, for example, I've just sold, in fact I've sold 95% of all the possessions that are actually worth anything in order to buy presents this Christmas. But I've just sold an Ameritron AL811H amplifier for ham radio. I bought that in 2014, 6 years ago. Oh, there's a train going past now. And now, I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't think I'd be able to sell it at some point. I didn't know when I was going to sell it. I might have sold it 6 months after, I might have sold it a year, but I ended up selling it 6 years after I bought it. And I could have made £300 more than I bought it for. But because I needed the money, I accepted an offer from somebody who could pay right now, because everyone was going, they were offering me like my asking price, which was £300 more than I paid for it. But they wanted to pay in a week's time, in 2 weeks' time. And they wanted me to post it in 2 weeks' time. And I thought, right, okay, yeah, we'll go with that then. And then somebody else came up and he offered me £300 less than my asking price, but it was actually what I'd paid for it 6 years ago. So I accepted it and he paid there and then. It's very rare that I buy something if I don't think I'm going to be able to make money or break even with it. So that's why we don't have cash in the bank, but I like to have possessions, because in my view is, at least you're having fun with that money. If it's in the bank, you can look at it, but it's there, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's one of my views on it anyway. A lot of people don't seem to understand that, you know. My parents and the wife and all that, they're like, well, are you spending the money? I'm not spending the money, I'm investing the money. And the idea is, you invest it, you have a bit of fun with whatever it is you bought with it, and then hopefully you sell that thing to either break even or make money is the plan. It's not a business move or nothing like that. It's just something that I think's a good idea, and it's been working for a long time. You don't always make money. Sometimes you lose money. I've done that loads of times actually. You know, you sell something and the market just ain't there when you want to sell it, so you just accept a lower deal because you need to sell it there and then. That's the only bad thing about it. When you need money and you've got to sell those items, if the market's not there at that particular time, or the right person hasn't turned up at that particular time, but you need that money to sell it, sometimes you just have to accept a lower deal and just lose a little bit of money. That's how it goes. You've got to be reasonably smart, and I'm not saying, you know, if I was a really good sort of person with money, I'd be rolling in it by now, but I ain't. You know, we ain't rolling in no money whatsoever. You know, we're just the average family getting by. You know, money comes in when I get paid, and then it literally goes straight out again and leaves us with nothing in the bank. Because that's bills. That's the way life is. That's the bills, isn't it? You know, unless you're earning a decent enough wage where it's more than. But we don't have anything luxury. We have no Sky television. We cut our own hair. Did mine yesterday, funnily enough. It just saves us £8 on haircuts. No Sky, no cable, no Virgin, none of that TV. Just your ordinary TV with the aerial, Freeview. No internet. We don't have anything. Nothing posh. Just getting by as a normal family, you know. And that's the way a lot of people are these days. This is where, you know, it's where you got to be. Just work a normal job, you know. But you got to be a little bit smart. You know, I know a lot of people that they'd rather buy some alcohol or cigarettes than pay their bills. No, that's not very good. That's a stupid idea. That is not a very good idea at all. Another train going past now, look. Bloody long trains, these freight trains. Oh mate, freight train. Love it. If I ever become a millionaire, I'm going to buy a freight train. I love trains. I fucking love trains. I love aeroplanes. I love boats. I just love everything. I can't help it, man. I just can't bloody help it. If I ever become a multi-millionaire, I'm going to be the worst multi-millionaire in the world, because I'm just going to go and buy old trains, diesel trains, just so I can look at them and start them up every now and again, because they'll be diesel. I'll buy a steam engine, a locomotive. Oh mate, would I? Yeah, I would. Steam rollers, the mini steam rollers as well. Traction engines. Those little trains that you go on a train track. You know the ones you go on a train track? The little mini ones, sorry, of course they go on a train track. The little mini ones that you sit on, that you go on rides on. You must know the ones. Miniature railways. I have one of them going around my garden. I would. Little diesel one, and I'll have a steam one as well. I've already got a miniature train set. It's in the loft, but it's not very good. But I'd have one that you can sit on. I'd have ships. I'd have a pirate ship. I've always said this, right? If I ever become a multi-millionaire, I'm going to find a ship builder, and I'm going to get him to make me an actual proper pirate ship. Yeah. You know, like in the stories, the pirate ships are wooden, aren't they? Obviously, and the big sails with the skull and crossbones and the crow's nest, and they're wooden, aren't they? Like everything, wooden barrels. Everything's made of wood. Like Captain Hook one in Peter Pan. I'd get someone, a good reputable shipbuilder, boat builder, whatever they're called, to make me one of those. I would, and it would work as well. I wouldn't have it in the water much because I'd want it to be nice, but I would use it. I'd employ a sailor or whatever they're called that floats boats. Obviously I'd have a crew, because I don't know anything about floating boats in the sea. I'd have a nice crew, and we'd go out in the pirate ship. I would. I fucking would. It's one of my dreams, that is, a real pirate ship. Not a shit one, a real one. Another thing was a bit of an investment, kind of, is my collection in Kirby vacuum cleaners. A couple of Hoovers and a Royal in there as well. Royal? What, fucking Burger King? Chicken Royal? No, Royal. A lot of people always thought that I actually like vacuum cleaners. Fucking hell, no, I don't like vacuum cleaners. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I like old stuff, but also some of those vacuum cleaners go for quite a lot of money because they're old ones and people want the older ones, especially the Hoovers. Not so much the Kirbys, they've gone down a lot of money. I bought most of those Kirbys for about between £3 and £8 each, and they were about £3 grand, between £1 and £3 grand when they were new. However, I was looking around and a collection of old vacuum cleaners, yeah, from the 1920s upwards, Kirbys, Hoovers, Royals, all that, are worth a lot of money. So, you know, I'm still looking now. I mean, somebody offered me the other day a reasonable amount for my vacuum cleaner collection, and I'm considering selling it, but it wasn't enough for me to think, oh right, that's brilliant, I want to do that. That's the only thing I've got left that's probably worth any money. Got a couple of nitro cars, but that's it. Everything else has been sold. Got a couple of CB radios still, as you know. Same with the radio gear, you lot. I only bought that radio gear to use it and learn about radio, because I'm not old enough to learned about it when it was all the rage. Learned all about radio, but when the time comes and I need money, see you later. So that's what happened. Need money to buy Christmas presents for everybody. See you later, radio gear. You know what I mean? Things that mean something to me don't go, because sentimental value is worth more than money value. But you know, if somebody had given me a radio and was like, or if they gave me a really good deal and they were like, I really want you to have this, you can have it for this much. I know it's a lot less than what it's worth, but then I would have kept it. So yeah, that's the way it goes, you lot. That's the way it goes. Anyway, you lot, it's I don't know what day I started this video. I think it's Monday, but it's now Thursday, and I'm off. I'm gonna have hopefully a nice day. It's not raining anymore, and I'll catch you later on. And hopefully I'll get that video sorted out of the TIG one. I finish work for Christmas relatively soon, so that means I'll have some daytime free, because the trouble is I want to get these drone shots and I want to make it nice. I want to actually try to make a decent video for once, you know, put some effort into it, like I used to. I used to put a lot of effort into my videos, filming around, putting music in, doing B-roll and all this other shit. Some of you may have stuck around long enough to remember when I was rebuilding the YZ144 dirt bike and all that kind of shit. I'm not saying they were good, but I did used to put effort in. There's not a lot of effort goes into these ones, as you can see. I just stand here and talk to a camera. Fucking easy, eh? So I want to try and make that a good video. So I'm going to hopefully have some free daytime coming up soon, where I'll hopefully be able to finish off that video and get the drone shots in the daytime, because obviously the only time I've got free is at the moment in the mornings, and it's fucking dark. And it's dark when I get in from work. It's dark all the time. And at the weekends I don't have any time because I spend it with my family now. You know what I mean? None of this fucking around anymore with any other things. It's weekend times, family time now. Just like it always should have been. So I'll get that finished fairly soon, and hopefully you'll have that to watch. But all the best, you lot. Look after yourselves, and you're all amazing people. All of you. Here. Even the gays. Catch you later.